Do you know what proves that your baptism really made a difference? Here it is, 1 Peter 3:21. It talks about the open tomb. It says, corresponding to this, baptism now saves you. Not the removal of dirt from the flesh, but the appeal for a good conscience to God. It saves you by the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Here you go. How do you know that this act of faith, trusting God and getting baptized in Christ, how do you know that that made a difference with God? I'll tell you how you know, because Jesus Christ rose from the dead. When he rose from the dead, he proved himself to be God, and he's the one who tells us this is what you do. Then I know that that works, even though it just seems like a simple act to me, because there's something that undergirds it. You know what undergirds it? The fact that Jesus proved himself to be God by rising from the dead. Under the authority of what the Bible says, based on the victory that Jesus had from the grave and coming back to life. So we've got what comes before, open heart, under the authority of the Bible, based on the fact that Jesus conquered the grave. Now what comes after? Here you go. Open heaven. There's a couple different scriptures we could write down here, but the main one I want us to write down is Romans chapter 6, verses 3 through 5. In Romans chapter 6, it says, don't you know that as many of us who have been baptized into Christ, we have been united with Christ in a likeness of his death. That's one of the reasons why it's an immersion. We are picturing the fact that Jesus died, was buried, and then came back to life. And it's saying that's exactly what God spiritually has done to you. We have been united with him in a likeness of his death. But then here's what he says next. He says, since we have been united with him, talking about our baptism, in a likeness of his death, we will certainly also be united with him in a resurrection like his. Where is Jesus now? He's with God. And where will we be when this life is over? We'll be with God. Why? Because we have been united with Christ.